Mi sono innamorato di Marina, una ragazza ma carina.
Rotorua in the 1950s, and a new musical force is emerging. The members of the Howard Morrison Quartet have grown up with music all around them, from Waiata to British and American pop, to songs the soldiers of the Maori battalion brought back from Italy.
All these houses used to echo at parties with the songs of Neapolitan music through our uncles that came back during the Second World War. Mamma suntato felice perché ritorno per me. Buonanotte mio amore, buonanotte mio cuore. They all know those songs. And that was my first influence.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover.
The other members of the quartet are Gerry Merito, Wee Wharikura and Noel Kingi. They put their own unique stamp on the songs they sing.
We had to sing covers because none of us could create songs. We turned them all around and inside out.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover.
We were not cannibalizing, but we were putting our own charismatic touches.
There'll be love and peace ever after tomorrow. When the world is free.
Gospel was always our background. When we started singing seriously, our epitome was the harmony of the Four Aces and especially the Mills Brothers. Cab driver, once drove round the block. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. These are the songs that still inspire me today. At the advent of the rock and roll era, that just turned the world upside down. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock. We wanted a talent quest here, singing a whole medley of rock and roll songs. You know, the kitchen and rattle those butts in bed.
In 1960, the All Blacks tour South Africa. No Maori are allowed to make the trip, and the quartet make their own very public protest.
Well, the All Black team is leaving, and the best of luck to them. And if they find things tricky, they'll have to play like men.
George Napier actually sanctioned the tour, which disappointed me.
Cause the Springboks will be watching from Central to Cape Town. The team that ain't got hurries to score their last touchdown.
Now, my dad was a Maori All Black. Gerry wrote most of the words. My old man's an All Black, he wears a silver fern. His mates just couldn't take him, so he's out now for a term. And of course the end is, fee, fee, fi, fo, 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 fum.
Hey, Howard, what? There's no hurries in that scrum.
Now, these are the 60s, right? When two Hories, was distasteful. And yet there are a lot of Georges out there calling themselves Hoary. You know, it was such a contradiction of terms in that life and times.
I know that you're mine.
The quartet are the biggest local stars since Johnny Devlin. In 1963, they helped to revive the fortunes of another entertainment institution.
The quartet took the Miss New Zealand show from a lose money situation to a make money situation because we were hot, we were gold.
I walk into a record store. Buy the Beatles records now. Tomorrow we'll be out of stock. Over in the corner in the bargain bin. Going cheap, Howard Morrison Quartet LPs.
We had a sense of time management that was not something that, as Maori, we're known for. But it's the reason that we enjoyed such a prolific time of our lives, having the time of our lives. 4 years, that's all we were there together for. And we had myriads and myriads of hit songs.
In the short time they're together, the Howard Morrison Quartet released more than 30 singles and played at full houses all over the country. But in 1964, they call it a day.
It was time to finish at that time because I had 3 children, Gerry had 3 children, Wee Wharikura had 2, and it was time at 29 for me and the boys to realise we may be able to go on for 2 or 3 more years, but after that, what?
There is another chapter in the quartet story. In 1975, they reunite for 2 sell-out concerts in Christchurch to mark Howard Morrison's 40th birthday.
Joe Brown said, we should celebrate your birthday with a show. So I rang the boys, all in Australia. They said, we're there. We went in the room 2 days before to start rehearsing. Let's try Where Have All the Flowers Gone, just to open up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, as if they'd done it yesterday. 2 guitars, we and Gerry. Ba-ba-boo, 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 ba-ba. Where have all the flowers gone? I couldn't sing anymore. The whakaheke te roimata. Tears fell. And the sound was there after 15 years.